So, hi everyone, and welcome to Open Awards TV. I am joined here today by the lovely Julie, who will introduce herself in a little minute. But we are here to celebrate World Access Day, which is a really, really important day for us here at Open Awards. So, Julie, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yes, thank you, Rachel. My name is Julie Mizon. I'm Access Manager here at the Quality Assurance Agency, QAA. QAA is the UK's body for higher education. We safeguard standards and improve the quality of UK higher education wherever it is delivered around the world. A very special part of our role is to regulate the access to HE diploma, and my role is to manage and oversee QAA's responsibilities for the recognition scheme. In other words, I oversee and manage the diploma, including developing policies, systems to monitor and maintain the national standards of the diploma.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's really exciting. So I know you'll be celebrating World Access Day as well, and at QAA, you're very excited about it. So what I wanted to do in order to celebrate World Access Day, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the diploma, what access is, just so we can celebrate it together, really. So can you talk to us a little bit, Julie, about the work that you do with us, with Open Awards?
Absolutely, yes. Open Awards is what we call an access validating agency, an AVA, and QAA licenses Open Awards and all AVAs to develop, approve, quality assure and award the access to higher education courses. Including Open Awards, there are 11 AVAs in total nationally, and at QAA we manage the operation of the AVA licensing and review methods. We continue to maintain oversight of what we now call the extraordinary regulatory framework to ensure that students continue to receive accurate, fair and robust results during the pandemic.
Brilliant, thank you so much. So we know how great access to higher education is, we know how it changes lives, but there may be people who are watching this video today who are a little bit unsure or who may have not heard of it. So can you explain what the Access to Higher Education diploma is and what makes it so special?
Absolutely, Rachel. In fact, the word special is a word I hear very often associated with the diploma, and I think I'll probably use it quite a few times today. The diploma in one form or another started its life over 40 years ago, and this qualification was designed by members of higher education institutes looking to support adults previously ineligible to enter higher education because of the lack of traditional qualifications. If we now fast forward 40 years, the qualification continues to provide opportunities for adults to progress into higher education and higher study, for example, higher nationals or apprenticeships. There are now over 1,200 access courses available across England, Wales and Northern Ireland. And I'm sure that I don't need to tell you this qualification changes lives. Yeah. A student entering university via this route is more than twice as likely to be over 25 and from a disadvantaged background as a student entering with other qualifications. And I think probably the last thing to say is at the heart of this qualification, and in a way presents a possible differences with other qualifications, are flexibility, widening participation and responsiveness. The flexibility of this qualification supports the mission of further education to be responsive both to the needs of local communities while contributing to the skills formation in key occupational areas. The diploma has been designed to be responsive to changes in circumstances, something that we've observed during the pandemic, absolutely. And it does provide a cost-effective way to support widening participation agenda. You'll be aware that in England, access to HE is the only level 3 qualification where on successful completion of higher study, the balance of the advanced learner loan taken out by the student is written off by the student loan company. And in fact, each year, the Department for Education write off approximately £20 to £25 million a year for this qualification.
Wow, that is a lot, isn't it? So, Julie, you talked about the pandemic, and obviously we know a lot of people lost their jobs and they're looking to retrain and that type of thing. So if there are any adults who are considering, the different routes in life, why should they think about access then?
That's a really good question. There are many reasons why an adult may or may not or should choose to study the Access to HE diploma. I think the diploma provides opportunities for someone who does wish to reskill and look for changing their career paths. The qualification can also support those individuals who wish to increase their opportunities, in other words, to upskill in their current roles as well. As I said earlier, diploma changes lives. It can give that adult a second, third, fourth chance to seek a new career. And whether the student goes on to university or an apprenticeship or another higher study, it will provide further opportunities to reskill and upskill.
Yeah, brilliant. So there are quite a lot of progression routes then with that, like you mentioned, there's apprenticeships, there's university, so it's definitely something worthwhile to consider if you are looking at doing the next thing. Brilliant. So Julie, I'm just being really nosy now. Can you tell me about your very first experience with Access? Why do you love it so much?
Oh, yeah, you can probably tell I do love it so much. My first experience of Access was in the 1990s when I first started teaching. This was the first time, this time actually, it was the Access to HE certificate rather than the diploma. So some of the people that might watch this particular video may remember the certificate. I was fortunate enough to have taught and managed the delivery of diplomas for almost 20 years. And what I took away from my very first experience of teaching Access is the impact that such a course could have on students, not only on the opportunities for progression, but more importantly, how it changed them as a person. And I honestly think that once you've taught Access, it certainly holds a part of your heart.
Definitely, definitely. So Julie, earlier you mentioned about how, this was designed over 40 years ago, I think it was that you said, and now we fast forwarded and, everything is changing. I'm going to ask you to sort of fast forward again, if you don't mind, look into the future. What do you think the future holds for Access then?
Again, a very good question. I imagine we're all now considering how we can continue to be best placed to meet the challenges and opportunities now and in the coming academic years. There are many considerations at the moment that will inform the future state of the Access to Higher Education diploma, including some of the elements within the political climate. For example, the review of the post-16 qualifications at level 3 and below. Access was well regarded in this consultation as having a key role in widening participation in higher education for underrepresented groups and helping support local as well as national skills needs. So this is great news for us, the direction of travel of this review of the post-16 qualifications. In addition, you've got the Skills and Post-16 Education Bill. We believe that a more flexible approach to higher education and adult learning reflects the true and complex nature of adult learning. It's a real positive development, and Access is best placed to address any flexibility needs within a qualification. As I said earlier, that's one of our key areas of this qualification. We are flexible. And I think we can't not discuss the COVID-19 situation. We have to consider now what are the possible changes to the adult skills landscape as a result of COVID-19. Adults are likely to have to reskill and upskill to find work in the future, and colleges and awarding bodies and regulators will have to start evaluating their offers in response to these needs. I think lastly on this question, I think it's important to probably reflect on what the key priorities are for QAA. We want to ensure the sustainability and protection of the QAA recognised diploma, whilst retaining its robust quality assurance mechanisms and the flexibility in its curriculum design. We will continue to draw on the unique aspects of this qualification. It's a level 3 progression qualification designed specifically for adults with a flexible curriculum that can adapt and respond quickly to local needs as well as those national needs. And last but not least, as the HE sector changes, the diploma will need to respond to ensure it continues to provide good preparation for higher level study. And as we said earlier, that includes not only degrees, but also apprenticeships and other higher study qualifications.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much, Julie. So thank you so much. That's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for spending time with us. And I think what's really valuable on World Access Day is that we will be sharing our success stories. So the best part of this job, you know, we create the qualifications and the diploma, but the best part is finding out from the learners themselves how it's impacted their lives, how it's changed their lives, and what are they doing now. You know, they may be in uni, or they may have gone to uni and they're now in their dream profession. So that's the best thing ever. So yeah, thank you so much for spending time with us, and we'll catch up with you soon. Happy World Access Day.
Thank you, and happy World Access Day to you too. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.